All right, well, joining me now on WION Newsroom is Adya, who will be bringing us all the latest and insights in the world of business. Raj was giving us the buzz from tech world, and Idrissa, who will get us all the updates from the world of sports. And we begin by going over to Adya for the market updates.
Well, thank you, Jyotsna. Here's a quick wrap of the biggest market-moving stories across commodities, tech, energy and retail. Now, gold prices are climbing again, touching $4,140 an ounce, the highest in more than a week. Markets are doubling down on expectations of a December Fed rate cut. The odds of a cut have jumped to 81% from just 40% last week. Now, this follows dovish comments from Fed Governor Christopher Waller and New York Fed President John Williams. A weak labour market and delayed economic data could further cement the seas for easing. Silver, platinum and palladium are also ticking higher. Talking about search, Alphabet is on the brink of joining the $4 trillion club. Shares are up 70% this year, outperforming Microsoft, Amazon and even Nvidia. Now, the surge comes as Google's TPUS gain tractions, and Meta is reportedly in talks to spend billions on Google's AI chips for 2027 deployment, a direct challenge to Nvidia's dominance. Nvidia shares slid on the report even as Google expands supply deals. Now, this includes up to 1 million chips for Anthropic. Google's cloud division is now a critical growth driver, with Berkshire Hathaway jumping in as a new investor this year. From big tech power plays to the global energy transition, the numbers tell an even bigger story. A decade after the Paris Agreement, the world's clean energy build-out has blown past even the most optimistic projections. Now, last year, the world installed 553 gigawatts of solar, which is 15 times the IEA forecast in 2015. EV adoption has surged from less than 1% of global sales in 2015 to 20% today. Now, China's manufacturing sales is the swing factor. The country controls over 80% of global solar panel production and 60% of wind and battery output. But policy risks loom, with the US rolling back climate commitments under the new administration. And finally, holiday shoppers in the US are feeling the squeeze. A record 186.9 million Americans are set to shop between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday, but they'll spend less as tariffs push prices higher. Now, shoppers are tightening budgets. Gift spending is expected to slip, while many consumers are prioritizing healthcare and essentials. Retailers are offering fewer deep promotions, with analysts noting a clear pullback in early November discounts. Well, that's a wrap from the world of business. Now, for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Miraj.
Thank you, Adya. Now, according to Reuters, Amazon is urging its engineers to stop using third-party AI code generation tools and switch to its in-house platform, Gueye. Now, the company says it will no longer support new external AI development tools. It's a move that could limit employee use of popular services like OpenAI's Codex, Anthropic's Claude Code, and Cursor. Now, this comes despite Amazon investing heavily in Anthropic and signing a multi-billion-dollar cloud deal with OpenAI. Amazon says the move is meant to improve and expand Gueye, which was recently rolled out worldwide. Now, Ukraine's largest mobile operator, Kyivstar, has become the first telecom company in Europe to launch Starlink's direct-to-cell satellite technology. Now, the service is expected to assist in connectivity amid wartime blackouts and given the state of disruption in infrastructure in Ukraine. Kyivstar is initially offering SMS capabilities via the technology and plans to extend to voice and data in 2026. Now, the service will enable customers to remain connected on regular 4G smartphones and will extend to territories recently deoccupied where terrestrial networks are damaged or under restoration. Alphabet's Google and venture capital firm Accel have announced a partnership to fund at least 10 early-stage Indian AI startups. Now, this is the first funding partnership that Google has entered to in India. Several big tech companies that include Microsoft, Amazon and OpenAI have made a beeline for India. It's the world's most populous nation and is being critical as a growth market where nearly 1 billion users access the internet. Now, according to Reuters, under the partnership, Google's AI Futures Fund and Accel will co-invest up to $2 million in each startup, with the investments focused on the wide areas of entertainment, creativity, work and coding. And that's it from the world of tech. Now for sports, it's over to my colleague Athira. Atra, you can take it from here.
Thank you so much, Miraj. Now let's look at the top sports stories we're tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with football first. Everton's Idrissa Gueye was sent off for slapping teammate Michael Keane during his side's 1-0 Premier League win at the Manchester United. But manager David Moyes says it's not a problem, adding that he quite likes his players fighting each other. Midfielder Gueye was sent off for violent conduct after just 13 minutes. The confrontation occurred after a misplaced pass from the midfielder to Keane in Everton's penalty area led to a chance for Bruno Fernandes. Few minutes after Gueye's dismissal, Dewsbury Hall scored the only goal of the match to secure Everton's win. Staying with football, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has issued an apology for confronting a camera person following his team's defeat to Newcastle on Saturday. Guardiola said he felt embarrassed and ashamed for his action. The City's manager was furious at several decisions during the loss at St. James Park, and he appeared to take it out of his frustration on a pitside TV cameraman after the final whistle. The defeat was Manchester City's fourth league defeat of the season. Basketball Hall of Famer Sean Billups has pleaded not guilty for his alleged involvement in mafia-linked illegal poker games. The charges made by the FBI rocked the NBA last month. The 49-year-old faces charges of wire fraud conspiracy and money laundering conspiracy. Billups barely spoke during his 2 hours in court on Monday. He spoke only to answer the judges' yes or no questions. Billups has been released on a $5 million bond, with his wife and daughter serving as signatories at a subsequent bond hearing. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Jyotsna.
Well, thank you so much, Atra. Thank you, Miraj and Adya, for bringing us all the latest from sports, tech, and business. With that, we call a wrap to this bulletin. But don't go anywhere. News and updates will follow on the other side. You're watching WION World. Stay tuned.